beautiful music from the Coke studio. They call this one Body to Body. 8 minutes past 9, and you are on Xlive Africa. The show is Good Morning Africa, and the segment is a diasporan conversation. And as I told you on WhatsApp earlier, for the first time we have a sister from Jamaica who refuses to speak patois with us this morning, but she did lie. She will speak patois because Naya is listening and want to hear patois from you, Jasmine. So if you're listening and you have any question, any contribution, any comment, just let's have it on 024778596. And don't be selfish, share the link to your friends out there. Let them also tune in, because this is how we are going to learn. You know, if we only stick to our African, those of us on the continent, all we know wouldn't be enough. And our sisters and brothers from the diaspora, if they want to also keep to all that they know from over there, wouldn't be enough. If we have these conversations, we share ideas, we learn new things that we didn't know. And that is why we brought this show, the Diasporan Conversation, to you here. Okay, Jasmine, let's keep talking. So somebody just sent me a message that you have a medical degree which you spent almost 14 years for, and you are not working with it. You don't want money, eh?
Money isn't everything. Money is not everything. I found myself happy with not concerned about money.
Whoa.
So, I mean, even sometimes I let people pay me with fruit and vegetables. I say, oh, you can't pay for your life. It's fine, bring me a bag of bananas.
Wow.
One pineapple.
So tell me, apart from school, I want to go into a bit into who your mom was. What kind of training did she give to you that you spend most of your time in the US, the West, but you kind of have this typical, not just a modern day African, but ancient African understanding of life? When did you start learning that?
It wasn't my mother, I'll tell you that.
So you learned it the hard way yourself?
Yes, it was all the research that I was doing, all the digging that I was doing, and the self-realization and the self-knowledge that I was obtaining that brought me in this African spirituality that I am today, into this goddess I am now.
Yeah, indeed you are. Whoa. So how was the transition like? Was there any resistance from yourself?
No. I've always been a seeker of truth. Even you asked about my mother, we were very, very, very religious people. We were in church Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, church choir, rehearsal, Friday service, Saturday morning prayer service. We were all over church. We were but me, I've always analyzed everything. So I used to get in trouble. You know, I read the Bible too much. I read too many versions when I was just young. I read from front to back and analyzed and studied, and I would say things like, Mom, we're eating pork chops, but I mean the Bible says not to touch swine. You know, it gets in trouble, you know.
you were too logical.
Yes.
in thinking.
I've always been like that.
So now you've ushered into that segment, religion. At what point did you decide to let religion go in your life?
It was too much research, to be honest. The Council of Nicaea, reading about religion origins and who actually created Buddhism, or who created paganism, or who created Christianity, who created Muslim. It was like this just looking at, and me being the very logical person I am, just looking at the fact that a council had to come together and then Jesus was born. It's crazy to me.
But okay, you said so you were first a Christian. Okay, wasn't the Christian story that sweet to let go?
It was easy for me. I'm telling you, it was easy for me. Truth always prevails over anything else.
Okay, so did you come to that point where the story of heaven and hell, did it trouble you when you wanted to switch? Did it trouble
No, it did not trouble me.
Why? In all your time when you were reading about the Bible, you never saw that sweet place in
the heaven and the hell thing. So my thing with heaven and hell was hell. I felt hell did not exist. I'm sorry, guys, but pain. It was from a scientific standpoint. Pain comes from your physical body. If you're no longer in your physical form, how can you feel fire burning your soul? It just didn't make sense.
Whoa. So what do you think religious creators want to achieve with this?
Oh, they've achieved it. They make you afraid to do things. You're going to go to hell. You want to go to heaven, so you live this way. You want to go to this imaginary place in the sky, so do we want you to be on earth here now? It's very simple. It's control. Just like money, just like controlling your money, just like trying to control the food, bringing GMO to Africa. They want to control everything that's a natural resource to you. Your God, your food, your air, your water. They want to control it.
But somebody will say that religion have to deal with absolute morality.
Why?
So tell us the truth. When you were a religious person, and now, when do you think you are taking moral issues serious?
I was worse, to be honest, as a religious person. I was worse.
Why?
And I know lots of other people who was worse. Pastors' daughters who was doing things in the church, in the bottom of the church. Like because you have that rebellion, that natural rebellion against things telling you no.
Yeah, but why would make one worse while he's religious and now come to understand why he's not religious? Why?
It depends on the person. For me, it was that natural rebellion.
Yes, I know that natural rebellion, but it's like a friend told me that this guy is lucky that I'm no more a church goer. Like, I'll show him a lesson. And I'm like, why? So, those days I'll do something nasty to him and go and pray to Jesus. Now
that's another thing. Yes,
that's what
you bring up. You have the you're not accountable for your actions. You can easily go, and apparently there's that rule. I was always concerned about that rule. So you're telling me I can do whatever I want. I used to tell my mother, and she was so mad. She said, so according to you, I can do whatever I want in my entire life. I can do all. And then when I'm on my deathbed or I know I'm about to die, I can say, I'm so sorry, Jesus, please forgive me. And I'll still go to heaven.
Isn't that too literal?
That's how I was taking it.
So now you've stopped all of that. And what new do you think has come into your life in terms of morality and understanding life?
I found myself. It's very simple. I found who I am. I found myself. I found who I am. And once you have that self, that knowledge of self, then you know how to act. You know what is wrong. You know what you shouldn't do. Once you have that understanding of life, of energy itself, it's always coming around, always coming back around. So I find some truth in some of the things in religion, but I don't stick to a religion. Do you understand? So I find some truth in you reap what you sow. I find I've seen this truth in you should do this and you should do that, or you shouldn't eat this and you shouldn't eat that. I see some truth in some of those things, but I wouldn't pull it all together and say, hey, I'm Christian or I'm Buddhist. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't. I had a conversation with a trainer at the gym just the other day, because he said he's on his way to church. Won't you come to church with me? I said, I'm not going to church with you. He said, why? I said, what? You're Christian, no? He said, yes. I said, would you go to a mosque? He said, no. I said, why? He said, because they pray to a different God, a God I don't know. I said, but you said to me, because he said to me earlier that we all have the same God. So what's the difference if you go to a mosque or if you go to a church? He couldn't explain it to me. He's like, no, I just wouldn't go. I said, you wouldn't feel comfortable asking Allah? He said, no, because Jesus is the one real God. I said, but you said we're praying to the same God. So maybe they call Jesus Allah, and maybe we call Jesus. Maybe it's the same guy. He couldn't respond to me. I left him alone.
So how do you deal with your friends, your customer, your clients who come to you, who knows your religious stance? How do they take it?
They're taking it quite well, actually. Some people are a little put off, but I have such a good positive energy around me that people, they still gravitate toward me regardless. So I mean, I've even told people, asked people to remove their cross, because I read too much and the voodoo about crossing being a hex, and they just don't want to be crossed inside the office, please. So I have a place outside the office for the cross, or for any symbols that I'm not too particular with, because I don't know what you're actually doing. What are you doing with the cross around your neck?
Okay, we'll go into what you're doing currently, your kind of business you're doing right now in Ghana. But then, let's reverse back a bit. What would you say is that one amazing thing? Put Ghanaians wearing Brazilian wig, facials, and all of that. Ghanaians don't understand you going nappy and lock and all that. Put all of that aside. But what would be that amazing thing that you find in Ghana that you wouldn't find anywhere, or where you were in the state?
The amazing thing I ever find in Ghana. I love the family values you have.
Okay.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I was being called auntie, I was being called mama, I was being called sister. And I love that, because you have that real family aspect about you that most Americans, they don't have. Americans are about independence.
Nuclear family.
Whereas Ghana is about
extended family.
And Ghana is about family. They're always asking, where's your family, where's your mother, where's your father, your grandfather. You know, they expect all these people to be right here next to you. You don't have that there.
Really?
No, everyone is on their own. There could be some people living, some people I'm sure have it, but there could be some people living in Washington, D.C., and some living in Chicago, and some living in California, and family members I've never even met.
Wow. As a medical person, what do you think is a disadvantage of not having this family thing in shape?
It's a mental disadvantage. You feel, yes, you feel like you have to do everything on your own. Even people who do have, they're surrounded by family, they're surrounded by friends. If they get into a real situation, they don't feel like they can actually reach out to their friends and family for this help.
And whilst you were in the state, did you see the physical effect of that?
You see,
or maybe they have practiced it for long, so even if the replication is there, they don't actually tune their mind to it. They're just trying to move on to let the life they're living work.
Exactly. There's so many physical things that you can see in America. So you can see some physical things in Ghanaians too.
Yeah.
And even in Jamaicans.
Even in Ghana now, the family thing that you are so happy about is shaking. People are now learning the Western kind of nuclear family. You understand? In my house, we are about 16 in one house. 16 people in one house. You know.
And I love that.
Yeah. We have our own differences where I have to tell my mind to you. I tell my mind and we move on. You understand? Yeah. So let's go into what you're doing here in Ghana. Basically, what would you say you are into as a business?
Everything that I'm doing narrowed down to the cultural center, which I want to be a cultural center. There should be a library. There will be a computer center. There will be rooms available for children to just come and sleep. There will be a clinic, obviously, a health clinic. There will be I want to maybe make it just a health center, because I'm teaching yoga and meditation and self-awareness and women's self-defense classes. We're doing massage. We're healing people.
Women's self-defense class. It ring a bell. Is it because these days we hear women empowerment and the next thing you see is feminism.
Feminist.
Are you a feminist?
I'm not a feminist. No, I do not label myself as that. I am just a woman who wants to see other women happy, to want to see other women empowered. And even if I came to Ghana and I saw that men was oppressed, then I would be focusing on men empowerment.
So do you believe in this? The duality being complementary as against duality being one evil, right and left evil. What's your take on that? That kind of dual, that concept of two things. Everything was created in twos, man, woman. You understand? A girl, a boy, young, older. Something that these are all there for complement to complement each other, to make it full or whole. Others think that one must be evil, one must be good. So to say, that's why you have these feminist groups who go to extreme, to the extent that sometimes if you look at some of their writings and their pronouncement, it looks like men are the worst thing that has happened to mankind.
No.
Okay.
I do not believe in this concept of one must be good, one must be evil. I believe in balance. I think we need each other to balance each other out. I'm not sure if your statement on feminists is all the way, it's very generalized. Maybe not all feminists are like that. Huh?
Yeah, but the few that I've encountered, and it's for me it's bad because I've also read a bit about the history of feminism, and especially as it started in the U.S.
Tell me something you read.
What I've read about it is that it's actually started by the white women who then tried to co-opt the black women into it, and the agenda is to make sure that the black woman, especially in the States, is above the black man.
So have you read on black feminist or womanism? Because that is those are two concepts made by black women. And the black feminist supports both the black man and the black woman. Okay, so maybe they saw this and they are coming out with this ones, and I think that's cool. Okay, so now let's go to your center. Last week, Cecily Williams was here. She's also into yoga, massage, and all that. These two things are quite new in Ghana. It's not that old, but it's now gaining grounds. Where you are, where is your center located? Boche, right?
Boche? Okay. And how is the patronage like?
I've gotten good and bad and odd feedback from yoga. A lot of people.
So let's deal with yoga, then we go to massage.
Okay. So for yoga, a lot of people they're coming around. I've been getting a lot of calls lately, more often than when I first started here. So a lot of people are coming around, even guys. I'm even getting guys in my own class, which I found surprising. Because I didn't think the men would be so open to something that they would see as feminine.
Well, from that I've never given yoga a gender. I mean, I'm first hearing it from you. Okay.
No, I
people have labeled it as something that women. Yes. Yeah, I've seen more women into it, but I know there are men who are into yoga.
Yes, and I used to have to say to them, guys, they do yoga as well. You can do yoga as well. It's actually very good for you. It's very good for you emotionally. It gives you confidence. It's very good for you, even sexually.
We'll go there. But what is that 1, 2, 3 things that you can tell our listeners that yoga does for a human being?
My very main focus in yoga is meditation. And that meditation brings you to such a higher self-awareness. It gives you another thing I've seen a lot of people have, you work too much. You're just working, going home, eating, preparing for work, working, going home, eating, watch TV, prepare for work. So you're stressed. Even if you don't know you're stressed, and they come to me and they're not even able to relax. They're not even able to close their eyes and relax. So those breathing techniques are crucial. They're crucial to helping relieve stress in our everyday lives. So that is definitely one thing that you or anyone can benefit from, male or female.
You mentioned that we work too much. Do you think there's possibility of a world system where work can be reduced?
My concept on that is eliminating money. This paper money is killing us. It's killing us. It's making us
profound.
Do things we don't even want to do. So we're going to work and we're working behind a computer desk and typing up files all day. Who really wants to do that? I don't even want to do that. I'm looking for a secretary to do that, by the way.
Whoa, that's profound and interesting. Let's go.
If you're doing things you want to do, you can't really call it work. Like me,